I have to admit that I really like the fact that this kid, Wheat Waffles, is putting out his videos because he's wrong about a number of things, and the effort to answer his mistakes or his errors of appreciation of reality helps me clarify things, see? It's all good and fine to talk to some guy who agrees with you 100%, but it's much more interesting to be interacting with somebody with whom you don't agree with because it helps you to hone in on what you do think. And so here's the third video of my little mini-series answering this kid, Wheat Waffles. One of the things that this kid, Wheat Waffles, is all about is looks. He says that looks are the most important thing and that confidence doesn't mean shit. I mean, if you have some confidence but you're very good looking, then yeah, that might be, more helpful. And he makes the obvious observation that between two equally handsome guys, and one guy is more confident than the other, then the more confident guy will likely succeed. And there's a sliding scale, of course, like you can give up some of your good looks and with more confidence and you'll be successful and whatnot. I mean, like the obvious, but he is basically what he calls a genetic determinist. He is of the opinion, the belief, that only good looks matter, and if you don't have good looks, then you're fucked. That's basically his point of view. One of the things that he goes out of his way to shit on is the notion of confidence. I mean, us on the red pill side of the equation, as opposed to the black pill side, we're all about confidence, that confidence trumps looks. And he is of the opinion that, fuck no, looks trump confidence. And he's wrong. But he's also right in the sense that confidence is not the only thing you need. Or let me phrase that. There's more to personality than just confidence. Like I said in the previous video on this little mini-series, see, women at different ages want different things. And young girls, teenagers, between 13 and 19, they just want a pretty boy. That's all they care about. And they're kind of scared off by a guy who has a strong personality. But when they're in their early 20s, mid-20s, that's when they really want a guy with a strong personality. Somebody with gravitas. They are drawn to such a man, no question. And of course, they reject the pretty boys or the men who think that they should be like Peter Pan figures. They just reject them because they're not interested in that. They want somebody with substance, okay? And they naturally gravitate towards such a man, and that's what they want, see? And see, I said in the previous video that Wheat Waffles and young black pillars like him don't understand this issue because they're too young. They haven't lived through this period. See? Because Wheat Waffles, I believe, is between 18 and 23. And so because of it, he has never dated a woman who's 25, 27. He has no idea what they would want because he hasn't experienced it yet, right? He's probably dating, teeny boppers, 18, 19-year-old girls who only care about looks, and therefore that's why he feels so alienated and unhappy with his current situation. But anyway, the point. Once a guy gets older and starts dating girls who are 25, 27, he realizes what they really crave. And see, what's important is that you start to realize as you get older that these young women, like I said, between 21 and 29, say, just to make it easy, these women, they want a guy who's confident, but it's more than mere confidence, see? They want a guy who's going to inspire in them positive emotions. Well, let me explain. What do smart guys want? They want to think about big ideas. They want their brains to be chewing on information, on theories and shit like that. You talk to any group of really smart kids, guys, right? Or young guys or older guys, at any age really. And you're going to find that what they really crave is to have these deep conversations about things about the world, politics or space, science, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter the topic. But we crave to be chewing on information and theories about the world. It's something that is innate in us. And like I said, it finds expression especially with smart guys with a lot of IQ points, right? But what about women? What do they crave? What do they yearn for? They're not really interested in science. I mean, they'll go through the motions, and some of them might be, but they're a minority. No, for the most part, what women crave, what they desire, is emotions. And that's why they gossip. Because they want to hear the story and they want to feel vicariously the emotions of the gossip, of whatever story is going on in their social environment. They crave this, and it's a natural instinct, and it makes complete evolutionary sense. Because a woman, in order to survive, she had to be plugged in really well into her social environment, and therefore she had to gossip and find out what was going on with all the people around her in her social environment. Guys, we'd go off and hunt for the fucking woolly mammoth, right? And that's why objective reality is so much more important for men than for women. For women, emotional reality is what's key. Emotional reality is what they crave to know, and therefore what they want to experience is positive emotions, and they want the man to provide this. You take a woman, any age, and you start paying attention to her. I mean, she could be like a young girl or an old lady. You start paying attention to her and nodding to her and saying, oh yeah, that's really fascinating, and tell me about this and tell me about that. You give her attention, and how is she going to feel? She's going to feel fucking fantastic. She's going to fucking glow. Doesn't matter the age. She could be 3 years old or 93 years old. And you give her that focused, undivided attention. That feeling that she's going to experience is going to overwhelm her. She's going to be smiling from ear to ear. Yeah, she could be telling you about tragedies that have befallen her. But if you're giving her strict attention, she is going to feel wonderful. Because attention is a positive emotion. And what about a young girl? A young girl who's like 13 to 19. And she looks on some very attractive young boy, you know, Harry Styles or Justin Bieber, some shit like that, right? What she's going to feel? She's going to feel that he's so pretty and handsome. And it's going to inspire in her a positive emotion. And what happens when she is in her early 20s and she's had her fill of pretty boys and she's bored with them? And, you know, she's got some education, she's got some brains, and she's thought a little bit about the world. I mean, she's sort of like breaking out of the hive mind that is teenage girls. Because when girls are teenagers, it's like a fucking hive mind, right? Yeah, but when they get a little bit older and they sort of like break away from that hive mind, start looking around at the reality around them, because what's going on is that they're instinctively looking for a mate, they start looking around them and they come across you. And you got a big brain, and you got a lot of thoughts and a lot of information that you've accumulated over the years about the reality around us, right? And you have a lot of thoughts about it. And you tell her about these thoughts. And she's going to be really fascinated, and she's going to feel fascination, i.e. a positive emotion. And you tell her about the world and tell her about things that you sussed out she's interested in. It doesn't matter what it is, but something that you know a great deal about and that she's interested in. And she's going to be fascinated, and she's going to get drunk on this fascination. She's going to feel wonderful. And what'll happen because of that? She'll be attracted to you. Now, because women, all women, they want to feel positive emotions. And it's not merely confidence in the man. Because when a man is confident, that makes her feel secure, which is a positive emotion. But it's not the only emotion that she wants. You have to think of it like different colored paints, and you want to use different brush strokes. I mean, imagine that you paint a painting and it's just blue. Well, blue is a very pretty color, but it's boring, right? You want more than just blue. You want red and yellow and green and orange and all the rest of the other colors, right? Maybe a little bit of black and a little bit of white, you know, just to add a little variety to the fucking painting, right? Yeah, same thing with women. Women want that baseline confidence from a guy because it makes them feel secure, which is a positive emotion. But they also want to feel other emotions that draw them towards you. And if you become the provider of these emotions, the pusher of these emotions, because for women, it is like a drug. Emotions are drugs. You push these emotions on her and then withdraw them, and she'll come running in your direction. Let me ask you something. How many times has this happened? You talk to some girl, and you're not really interested in her, you know? And she's attractive enough, but you don't really give a shit about it. You're not thinking, oh, I really want to bang her. You don't care, really. But you give her attention, and you talk perhaps about something that you're interested in, that she finds fascinating, because, you know, she just likes what you're talking about, whatever the fuck it is, right? And you talk to her a little bit, right? And then you just, like, turn away and go on your way. And all of a sudden she's calling you and texting you and shit, right? All of a sudden she's hooked on you, and you just ignore her, right? And what emotion do you think is being elicited in her? I mean, put yourself, like I said 2 videos ago, put yourself in her shoes. What emotion do you think that she's feeling? She's feeling withdrawal. because you were giving her all of your attention, you know, making her feel fucking fantastic. And you were telling her all of this information that she could feel her fucking brain expanding, right? And seeing the world around her in a different way. And you're the reason for it. And all of a sudden you just fucking turn away and walk away from her. And she's like, I need my fix. Give me more. I want my fix. And she starts texting you and calling you on the flimsiest of pretexts, right? Hasn't this happened to you? Fuck yeah, it's happened to you. It's happened to every fucking guy, right? When he doesn't care about a girl, he like talks to her, pays attention to her, and then just goes on his way. And she freaks the fuck out and starts chasing you. Yeah, because you gave her positive emotions and then you withdrew. And that's what's going on, see? Emotions are catnip for women. They love to feel emotions, positive emotions, but also that feeling of withdrawal, that you have the power to take away this attention and just walk away from her. It leaves an ache, a void in her, and she just chases after you quite naturally. She can't even help herself. Yeah. And that's why there's this, in the pickup artist community, there's this notion of love bombing, which is precisely this, of giving somebody your undivided attention, just overwhelming them with your attention, and just really making her feel all kinds of emotions, and then withdrawing and walking away. That's a love bomb. And it works. Because a girl who's experienced that, this cornucopia, this rainbow of emotions, and all of a sudden it just goes dark, she can't handle it. She needs more. She needs more of you. And she'll chase you. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. But smart guys don't realize this because smart guys don't put themselves in the position of the girl. They don't understand what a woman wants because they're not putting themselves into their shoes. And they're not looking at the world around them from their perspective. But if they did, they'd realize it's so fucking obvious. All you have to do to get a girl is to make her feel positive emotions. When you are there, you make her feel wonderful. And each guy has his own thing. I mean, like in my own case, what am I good at? Okay, I'm good at being very witty. I'm good at taking women to elegant places because I like elegant places. You know, I mean, like when I do the videos, I look like a fucking schlub, right? But when I go on a date, I dress up nice, you know, nice hair, shaved, and all the rest of it, you know. And I'll take a girl to a nice place. A nice place, expensive place. I don't mind, you know. A couple $100, fine, you know. And going to an expensive restaurant, and it's all elegant and quiet and nice lighting. And that's an aesthetic experience. And that's what I'm looking for, because I like that. But she'll like it too, and she'll get hooked on it. And then, you know, I talk to her about books, I talk to her about politics, and I have very firm opinions about that. Obviously, you guys fucking know me, right? And what happens? She's drawn to the fact that I have such firm opinions. And when she challenges me, I just put her in her place. And that makes her feel even more powerful emotions, because what's going on is that when I put her in her place, I say, no, you're wrong because of these reasons. She feels not belittled by me because I'm not doing it in a way to belittle her. I'm just explaining matter-of-factly why that she's wrong and I'm right. And that confidence, that sense of being absolutely sure about reality is intoxicating to women. But it's not the only emotion, see? It has to be the whole thing, the whole package, see? But you give a woman a package of emotions, confidence being one of them, but others too. And however you might happen to be, it could be that you're not particularly good at conversations. It could be that you're really good at, I don't know, like at partying and being the life of the party and everybody likes you and you're a big jokester and shit like that. Well, then you take her to that situation where she will experience positive emotions that are sourced by you. And when you do that, she'll get hooked on you. See, that's how it works. It's very, very simple. But like I said in the 2 videos ago, smart guys often don't realize this because smart guys don't empathize. They don't put themselves in the shoes of women. If they did, then they'd see that the whole thing is so fucking easy, so fucking simple. It's so simple and so predictable. A lot of pickup artists are successful because they're using pickup artistry because they essentially they work through the problem in a brute force approach. They didn't theorize about it. They simply tried this, tried that, tried this. Oh, this seems to work. Okay, so we'll do this. Boom, 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 boom. Right? But if you understand it, and don't just, like brute force it, but understand the process and why it works, then you get it. Then you can manipulate it to your advantage. You can understand women and get the woman that you want. Any woman that you want. But like I said at the beginning, a guy like Wheat Waffles, which I insist again and again, I am not shitting on him. I feel enormous affection for him. Okay, even though I've never met the kid and probably never will, but I feel enormous affection for him and other young men like that because I was like that. And my limited perspective made me feel very bitter and unhappy over the fact that I wasn't getting the women that I wanted. I didn't understand for years, decades really, what it was that women wanted. And once I understood it, once I understood that it was this emotional play, that just as like men love information and theories about the world, women love emotions. And they are especially attracted to men who provide emotions. Then it became clear. I mean, why do you think that abusive asshole boyfriends are so successful? I mean, real pieces of shit. And they got like 3, 4, 5 girls, yeah? Yeah. How did that happen? Why is it that they treat these girls like shit and the girls come back for more? Why? Well, because now you understand. Because they're getting an emotion, often a powerful emotion, an intoxicating emotion. It might not be particularly positive, say, but it is intoxicating. These pieces of shit boyfriends who treat them like dirt, it makes them hungry for more. It's the way of women, see? It's well, in the case of women who are attracted to asshole dickheads who treat them like dirt, it's kind of like the short circuit in the programming, the bug in the system or whatever you want to call it. See, but it all comes from the same thing, this desire, this need, this ache that women have for strong emotions. Like I said, confidence is necessary, but it's not the only thing. If you can be the woman's supplier of strong emotions, strong positive emotions, and occasionally heartache, because they need that, they love that. If you can be that guy who provides strong emotions and occasional heartache, she'll be yours forever. She'll do anything you want, no matter how outrageous. And the thing is, you probably know this. Probably, with some girl that you were dating and you didn't care that much about her. And you experimented. I mean, that's the whole point of a starter girlfriend. I did a video about it. You should check it out, called The Starter Girlfriend. With a starter girlfriend, a girlfriend that you didn't care about that much, you just started dating her just to date somebody, and you tried out different things, and you practically tortured her, and she just kept on coming back for seconds. Yeah. The powerful emotion is what they are addicted to. It's catnip for women. Your looks don't matter. If you can provide them with strong emotions, you've got it made. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please check out my Patreon channel. Link is in the description below. I put out an extra video every Wednesday, and I also do a Sunday call-in show called the Weekly Webinar. I discuss different topics, things that are going on in current affairs and whatnot, politics, economics, and so forth and so on. And it's a hell of a lot of fun. I take questions and answers and comments, and it's just, it's just a great time. So please check it out. Thank you so much, and I will catch you next time.